Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got more here on a cashless society. Like they're so trying to make it sound like a good thing, because this is what the enemy's plan is. They try to throw it on the society as a good idea to go cashless. Because think about it: if we go cashless, we'll put an end to crime, so on and so on and so on, which is a lie. Criminals are criminals, and there's nothing you can do to change them. They will always find a way to commit a crime. But anyways, these people are going for total control. Now, listen to what they're trying to say here. Okay? Going cashless would eliminate muggings, convenience, and ignore store robberies. And no one can steal cash from an intelligent vending machine. It would even make sense for a crook to force you to transfer money to his card, because the transaction would be electronically recorded and easily transferable back to the proper. A cash-free society would also drive a stake in the heart of the drug trade. Drug traffickers and users could no longer under the render of law enforcement authorities. The cash-dependent drug trade would dry up. And now what they're trying to say is, cash is too expensive. It costs so much money to make cash. So why don't we just go cashless? Look at this. Less expensive. Another benefit of a cashless society is that it's less expensive. Printing, handling, storing, and securing all those green bags. Oh, isn't that hard? If you can't do your job, don't work in the bank. Get out of there. Go somewhere else. You see what they're trying to say? Let me read that again. Another beneficial of a cashless society is that it's less expensive. Printing, handling, storing, and securing all those green bags. You know, all the bags with the money in it? Green bags isn't cheap. Cash is expensive, huh? That's right. We got an economy out there that is melting before our eyes, and yet we insist on traveling to the bank once a week and buying things with cash money. In fairness, through we have made progress. We are not vesting the bank quite as much, which reduces their costs, which in turn is good for us customers. But instead, we are investing ATM machines where we are getting cash. What's the alternative technology? Technology in the form of electronic payment devices, cash cards, debit cards, internet devices, or even cell phones. The cost of using technology for financial transaction is far less than the cost of dealing with money. Money costs money to make. Store different, and bank technology costs verifying nothing other than the price of the goods involved. Going cashless would also allow banks and retailers to reduce their workforce by laying off bank tellers, retail clerks, and bookkeepers, and they could then pass on the savings to customers. Eliminating counterfeiting. Like, it's just crazy. It goes on and on and on, people. Like, they're just trying to make it sound like a good thing, that it costs too much money. It costs too much money to make money. So wouldn't it be more beneficial for us? Let's go what works. Let's go what's more easier for us. Anyways, we're all living in a new world. Things operate differently. Let's forget those things that are in the past, and let's press ahead in this bright new world that we are entering. And this is exactly what they're doing. Because at one of the, what was it called? At the G20 summit meetings, they came out of their meetings and said, what did you come up with? They said, they called for immediately for a global currency, a one world currency, immediately. They said the reason for this world currency is to solve economic problems in America and worldwide. And there was another thing that was on the television. There was some people talking. They said it's about time that we dismember our currency as we know it, and we step towards a global currency. This is exactly where the world is headed right now, and a cashless society, which is wrong. Power in the hands of the wrong people is going to lead to tremendous, like you cannot imagine, evil. This, all that it's about is total control, people. They've been at it since the very beginning. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to be bringing in biometrics, like I said before. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the truth. This is what's coming down the line. They're testing the technologies of biometrics, and they're talking about the year 2017. Now, I don't know if that's the year that they're going to be bringing this stuff in. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I pray that you guys will not take this, because this is supporting the Antichrist system. They're getting everything ready. They're sucking everybody into the database, because that's exactly what they want. They want every single person. They don't like freedom. These people hate freedom, okay? That's why they're trying to get rid of cash. And very soon, for anybody to use cash, they will be labeled as a criminal. Well, that's why they're trying to get rid of it anyway. Everybody's going to have a national biometric ID card. And without it, you won't be able to buy or sell without it. How do you like that? Like even my friend was telling me, one of her friends went to buy a cell phone, and he had to give his fingerprints. They said, oh, it's for your security, it's for different reasons, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's for tracking and controlling. That's what it's about. Even at these other places that I heard, like if you want to go bring in you want to trade in a game, like video games, you trade it in at the store. Now they have a new policy that you have to hand over your fingerprints just to see if you're not wanted, if you haven't stolen or whatever. It's a bunch of lies. It's all about control. So many people that are not aware of this, they're going to fall right along into the system. They're going for total control. That's what they said. The next generation's identification is biometrics. The FBI has been working on $1 billion-something program on this. Biometric technology. And yet people think it's a cool thing, but it's not. This is about control, people. They can shut you off. You feel comfortable in handing over your data to a bureaucrat that is well known is corrupted? Because there was a story. Listen to this. There was a story of this lady, okay? Because they're already listening to our phone calls, our emails, our faxes, our text messages. Everything is tracked and listened to. They have an organization, an echelon. It's part of the European Union property. It listens to every telephone conversation, every text message, all the emails are read, you name it. Same thing with the NSA, which stands for National Security Agency. But anyways, this lady, okay, she didn't know these people at all. These people approached her, and they told her everything about herself. She was freaking out. She's like, I don't know these people, and yet these people are telling me things that are true, telling me things about myself. And yet, they threw her in prison, and then after, they're like, oh, we made a mistake. We had a mix-up in the information. We mixed your information with somebody else's. You see, computers lie. They make mistakes, and they share your information commercially. They come out in the open. They're saying, very soon you won't have to worry about a PIN when you pay for everything with your face. So many people have cards. They forget the different PIN numbers they have, and this and that. And it's going to cut off the fraud, and they try to make it all sound good. But it's not. It's all about control. They are going for total control. A cashless society gives the government control over its people. And that's exactly what they want. A bigger government gives it more control, more power over its people. And government is corrupt, and this is exactly what they are going for, is total control. So they said very soon, you'll pay for everything with your face. Your face will become your new national ID card. Because I was thinking about this. Think about it. When you hand over your biometrics, okay, you really don't need that card with you. Because your finger becomes a number. Your face becomes a number. Or your eyes become a number. because you're already in the database. Once you hand over your biometrics to that bureaucrat, you're already in the database. So think about it. You don't need that card, so you don't need anything. Whenever you go to a store, you just put your finger onto that finger scanning machine. It's identifying the database. It's reading the same fingerprint that it's notifying that it's the exact same fingerprint that is being read. And all it has to say is access accepted. You don't even need anything. You don't need a card. You don't need nothing. Just think about it. They say that national ID card, there's a fingerprint on it, but you really don't need that because your fingerprint's already in the computer. So once you put your fingerprint on the finger scanning machine, it's going to read it, and it's going to notify the database that you already handed over your biometrics to. It's going to analyze it, and it's going to accept the same thing. Accepted. This is just dangerous. People need to realize that this is not a joke, okay? This is for real. This is coming down the line so fast right now. Everything is going electronic, okay? Biometrics, total control, and this is exactly what they said. They want to force biometrics upon its people, and they're testing it. Now, why would they be testing it unless they're planning on using it? It won't be long before governments and banks start requiring everybody to hand over their biometrics. Like we just said, it's expensive to create cash. So why don't we just go cashless? It's going to eliminate off so much crime, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. But yet the Bible prophesied this over 2,000 years ago. So who in the world are they trying to fool? God told us exactly that this would happen. Revelation chapter 13. Even though biometrics is not the mark of the beast, that's not the point. The point is it's control. It's supporting the Antichrist system. This is all leading up to the mark of the beast. Because think about it, in the near future, for those people that put in their biometrics, now they're already in the database, so when the mark of the beast comes along, they already have everybody sucked into their matrix system, so all they have to say, this person handed over his biometrics, but it doesn't say here that he pleaded his allegiance to this new world dictator, this new leader. He lives at such and such an address, his name is such and such and such. All they have to do is send authorities, send the military or the police to his house, get him and arrest him. Once you hand over your biometrics, I'm telling you people, you are forever a marked person. There's no escaping this. They're going to know absolutely everything about you. Absolutely everything. So think about it. Once you hand it over, your biometrics, and when the mark of the beast comes into play, you're still late. You're still on their thing, so it's going to show that you have not registered. Because everybody's going to be in a computer. It's just incredible. They said that China and America developed a computer. It does 1,000 trillion calculations per second. They're not going to have a problem keeping track on everybody. But thank God for us that we won't be here for this period, because this is all going to happen after the rapture of the church. So we see everything coming into play right now, which clearly shows us that the rapture is very close. But about the biometric thing, will we still be here for the biometrics? I don't know. I hope not. But if we are, I am not submitting to this, because I am not their slave. Because they want everybody to line up as cattle and take and mark themselves as their property, and I'm not marking myself as these scumbags' property, because this has been part of the agenda, and by the way, it's been prophesied, and this is an evil system. They are going for total control, and they say whoever doesn't take it, they're hiding something, they must be terrorists, blah, blah, blah. No, it's called freedom. It's called our rights, and these people are stripping our rights away. Because what these people want is a surveillance society, and they cannot have a surveillance society in a free society, so it's time they're going to come after us. They want our data. Total control, people. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your freedom. Because Benjamin Franklin said, whoever would trade liberty for security deserves neither. And that is the truth. And remember this. Absolute power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. I'm signing off, and God bless you all. And whoever you are listening out there, do not submit to the government. Do not submit to a biometric thumb scan or a face scan. Do not hand over your biometrics to these criminals, these crooks that are out there in the government. And this is all I got to say. I'm signing off, and God bless you all.